Hello and welcome back to Severance. We're at season 2, guys. Season 2. Did you think this was going to happen? I mean, we're going through them pretty quickly, so I did think that it was going to happen.
Yeah, we're enjoying it a bit more than Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Well,
I think there's bit just does not cover it, Katie.
You just have to keep bringing it back to that, don't you?
Yep.
Well, we're never going to let you live it down, Ben.
Hey, I really tried with Twin Peaks.
No, I think we all did really well, and I guess I just love it more than you guys do. But anyway, this isn't about Twin Peaks. This is about Severance. And first thing I wanted to ask everybody, I mean, we're going to get into it in a second, but did any of what happens in this episode, did you think that was what was going to happen?
We told you what we thought was going to happen. What you can test us now.
No, I don't remember what you said.
We talked about it like 3 days ago.
I only edited the episode yesterday.
What was your aha moment, Ben? You messaged us.
I might remember it when we're looking through it, but
It wasn't when you had said that there's going to be a whole new cast, and then he walks in on his first day and it's a whole new cast.
Did I say that?
No,
you jokingly said. You jokingly said it's going to be a whole new cast. There's not going to be Helly, Dylan, or Irving anymore. And lo and behold,
I don't think I can't remember if actually that was 2 nights ago, so I can't remember it anymore.
No credit then.
Yeah. I'm just going to get straight into it, guys, because this was a fun episode for a season opener. I will say there are 10 episodes this season, not 9.
I'm fine with that.
Yep. As usual, pipe up if you want to add anything. This episode, as it will become clear, is called Hello, Ms. Cobell. Sorry, how do you say it, Katie?
No, shut your face.
Okay. The episode opens with Mark in the elevator at work, and he's looking, and we see his face transform into his innie's face, and he is frantic. Yeah, so when the door opens, he rushes inside and then runs down the hallway. He finally opens the door and enters a room. What?
He does a lot more running.
He
does
a shitload of running. Yeah, and
I thought he moved where their office was. I didn't realize what he was trying to find until he went into the room.
It didn't click for me.
I knew he was going exactly to her.
I was like, oh, well, what's he worried about getting to the office? You know, is he running late or something? Is that what this is?
His wife.
Yeah, it just didn't click why he was running frantically around.
And we saw that the 2 doors for the wellness room have both been plastered over.
And there's also
the wellness center sign had been removed from the outside as well.
Yes.
It was on the door though. Yeah, because that's how we knew what it was. He stops at the door and we read wellness.
It used to be black letters, like the
okay.
It was just a print that was left from having it removed, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. And then you can see where the painting was on the wall as well.
Yeah, they really wanted to erase all that, didn't they?
And who was the dude behind him?
Yes, that's right. We see someone
in the background.
Who's that? It's a mystery.
It looked like the dude that died.
Yeah, it did look like Grainer. Like just from suit vibes.
Yeah.
But it obviously can't be.
Yeah, because he had his brain bashed in. Unless we're into cloning here.
I guess he could be in his innie. Could be in. No. He wasn't in innie though.
Yeah.
It was giving me computer game vibes, the way they kept switching the camera from sort of over his shoulder to the other way and seeing the front
while he was running,
swinging around.
I had to stop watching it.
I actually there were a lot of hidden transitions as the camera pans a number of times, but I actually was pretty impressed. Like they must have actually built an extensive set because there were times when he was just full out pelting down corridors and turning, and the camera was following him. And after a few 10 seconds, it would pan around, which is obviously where they've hidden the cut.
It'd do like a 360 pan around him and then follow again. Yeah.
So he leaves the room and walks to macrodata refinement, where there are 3 new people. They all turn to look at him when he enters. One of them presumes he's Mark S. and introduces himself as Mark W. He asks who they are. Mark W. just asks if he'd be open to using a different first name to avoid confusion.
I chuckled so many times in this episode.
I actually really liked the new crew. I was like, you know what? They're not bad. Anyway,
I didn't like them.
So Mr. Milchick comes in with a bunch of blue balloons and welcomes Mark S. back. Mark asks where the others are, and Mr. Milchick says to save his questions until they get to the management office. Mark tries to ask other questions, but Mr. Milchick just ignores them. Then he says what they did 5 months ago, which is also like, oh, okay, it's been 5 months. So he hasn't been to work for 5 months, basically.
Yeah, which is kind of...
Let's see now.
Which is...
We're just all getting greased off by Teddy, Katie, by the way.
He's pretty grumpy, sorry.
Yeah,
he's trying to find the chicken. I'll be honest, he's looking for chicken.
You were saying, Katie?
Oh, the 5 months thing, sorry.
Yeah.
I hope the next episode is kind of the Audi's perspective of this episode.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be
5 months. Because I missed having the Audi side of it to kind of know what was happening from their perspective and like why he decided to go back, which I think we can guess why he decided to go back.
Yeah.
But why
the others did.
The others decided not to come back, and then I don't know. It would just 5 months is a huge amount of time.
I'm going to guess the reason why we don't see the outside is because they're fibbing about them being famous on the outside and they don't want to show us yet that they're lying about it.
I thought it was going to do like it did at the start of the first season, was we'd see perspective 1 from the start and then the second episode would see it from the other side. You remember?
Yep, I remember. They did that loads.
So I think we will it'll be all Audis next episode, I reckon.
I do have a question about Michael's theory about them not actually being famous. And I don't really think it adds much to the story whether they are or not necessarily. It just means that I guess it gives that mind collective thing more of a leg to stand on. But why do you think they would lie? This is just a question for Michael, out of curiosity. Why do you think they would lie about that but make all the changes inside? Oh, sorry, I'm going to say changes because I don't trust them.
This seems like a big social experiment and they're just sort of playing with them.
That's what I felt as well. And that they, instead of taking negative feedback, they went with it and they just kept rolling with them being out maybe and just tried to make as much of it as possible.
And that it was kind of still the easiest way to get them to keep going along with it. It was to tell them that they had made changes.
Okay. All right, I'll continue.
I mean, that picture of them, the picture. Oh no, we haven't gotten to the newspaper yet, have we?
No, we have not.
Okay, I'll wait till we get to the newspaper.
So Mr. Milchick says what they did 5 months ago was one of the most painful moments in the company's history. They arrive at the office, and there's a young girl sitting at the desk. She looks 10 years old.
Yeah.
At most.
Yeah. He introduces Mark to Ms. Huang and says she can watch his balloons while they talk. And she's got a pretty intense stare, this kid.
Oh, she is a phenomenal actress because her facial expressions and just demeanor in this whole episode is amazing.
It's very reminiscent of Milchick as well, with how his dominance kind of, anyway.
Yeah.
I think she looks like 13 or 14 or something.
Okay. They go into Mr. Milchick's new office and Mark asks what's happening. Mr. Milchick tells him Ms. Coble is no longer with the company and he manages the 7th floor now. Mark asks about his team. Mr. Milchick says Lumen didn't fire them. Helly and Irving successfully made contact with persons on the outside like Mark did. How can that be true? Because Irving would have been switched before that door opened.
But he probably still had an interaction with Bert that we haven't seen as his outie.
As his outie.
Yeah, sorry, I'm interrupting as well because internet. I've never seen any of this now, so I'm just.
Ben is one of us.
Yeah,
virgin territory.
I wasn't paying attention to you. I was looking at pictures of how old the young girl was.
Oh, okay.
And trying to decide whether or not I could change my background without upsetting all your cameras.
Dylan's outie found out afterward what had happened. He shows Mark a newspaper and says they've achieved international fame. And on the newspaper, you can see the four of them sitting in front of a car like they're going through a ticker tape parade or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt very
homecoming kind of
Nazi-ish.
Yeah.
Was the vibe I kind of got.
And none of them looked super impressed, and Hallie had her I want to commit suicide face on.
Wow.
Oh, what's that face, Nelly?
The unhappy face.
Okay.
Depressed,
here we
suicidal.
Go. Yep. Yeah. Good job, Michael. Good job.
Nice.
They're the face of Severance reform. The headline on the paper reads, "Innies blow the whistle." He tells Mark that shortly before the mutiny, Lumen installed security doors to keep them in MDR, accompanied by a recitation of the Kier hymn by Miss Coble. And I love that he specifically mentions that Miss Coble had sung that song. And it was just like, is this something that we care about? Like, it's so serious that she sang the hymn.
I liked that he addressed it because to me it felt like it was her own personal song.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
From what we know about her, like her shrine and stuff, to me it was just like, is that a real thing that they have, or has she just gone ahead and done her own little thing?
No, I assumed it was a hymn.
Songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also noticed when he walked in, macrodata refinement that the door wasn't there anymore. I guess that's also part of the
stuff
change.
was green. It wasn't green before, was it?
It was totally green before.
Yeah, it was green.
Yeah.
Is it that colour green though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're so observant about some things. That's really surprised me that you didn't notice that it was.
It has been a whole season since you watched it, Michael.
Yeah.
Let's wait for it to
Do you know
air.
how long it's been, Michael?
It's already clear.
But one of the
walk
rooms
past a purple room.
Yeah, he ran past the purple room. Yeah.
So remind me, in the second episode, I think it was. I can't remember. It's the first or the second episode of season 1. When Mark, I think it's the second episode, and this is when he's walking her out to the exit, the fire exit. They pass that area, and I think that was red, if I remember correctly. And he was saying, "Oh, we're still staffing up," something like that.
I did wonder about that. Yeah, I had a niggle in the back of my mind about that too.
Was it red?
Might not
it was
be
red,
the same.
right?
There was a red room, but it might not be the same room.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's the same room.
There was a red room in a different show.
I'm just saying. Oh yeah, yep, there
was.
Red rum.
Red rum.
First guess, I'm just getting my cup of tea.
Yep, I'll wait for you, Michael, because you're important.
You really
if it was Katie or Nelly, though, well, I'd just continue on.
Yeah. Nelly
just gotta go grab something. Is that okay?
Well, hopefully your bladder has come prepared as well.
Well, you'll be pleased to know I didn't scoff my dinner really quickly.
Well, I'm sorry for making you last time. But for anyone who watched the beginning of the last episode, I hope you enjoyed that.
There won't be any repetition this time around. I promise.
Okay, sorry, my nephew just messaged me on Steam and it popped up in their feed. But anyway, it's going to be in the recording. Look forward to it, everyone. So he asks if Mark, not Michael, you're not in the show, Michael, remembers Ms. Coble reciting the Kier hymn. And Mark says, yes, he does. Mr. Milchick says he locked Mark in a room like an animal, knowledge he'll carry for the rest of his life. And I wasn't sure at this point when he was saying, I'm so proud of that I'm so happy that I did it. But he's actually saying that he's regretful.
Yeah, he's saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he says, but for the last 5 months, they've questioned how a sadist like Ms. Coble flourished at Lumen and what it says about the company. They know that she was at Mark's sister's house when he woke up there. Mark asks why she was. Mr. Milchick says they believe she developed an erotic fixation on him. Okay, when he said this, I'm just like, no. There's something else going on here.
You're missing the most important word, Ben. What's the next bit? Say the next bit.
Hold on, I've got to find it again.
It's Katie's favourite word, I think.
And plan to pursue him and his Audi. That's what I've got.
In
next.
a thruple.
Oh, that's right. That was it. That was the thing, because I made a joke about a thruple with Irving, Bert, and his husband.
Yeah.
You went and watched that episode. Well, I did straight afterward. Yeah.
Was this your aha moment, Ben?
Yes, this was it. I was like, yes, I had a thruple moment.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. I had a good
Yeah, they're obviously covering something up about.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They're throwing her under the bus massively.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mark is bewildered and then says Mr. Milchick still hasn't told him where his team is. Mr. Milchick says they tried to get them back, but no one else would come. Even with the reforms, it wasn't enough. But Mark's outie insisted on returning. He even begged them to let him come back right away. The others refused, according to Mr. Milchick, but Mark wants to hear it directly from them. Mr. Milchick just says, I'm sorry, that's not possible. He tells Mark to enjoy his balloons. Sorry, go.
Because I reheard this episode tonight. So when that part happened again with Mr. Milchick, like when it first happened and he said they chose not to come back, I was like, that's sus. But then listening to it again, if they have found out that, I mean, I'm processing it, sorry.
It's okay.
If they had
it's like watching
found
it a
out
third
that they
time.
were being if they had found out that they were being tortured, obviously they wouldn't want to come back. But how would they have found that out? Because who would have told them? Because their innie, only Mark's innie told someone of importance. Well, except for Helly, but Helly doesn't count, as we find out later.
And so
Unless it was in the news.
if that picture was real, it was their outies, because their innies don't remember a ticket tape parade.
Yeah.
That's correct, yeah.
Because they all came back in the heightened state. So like Mark was right after he'd finished yelling, she's alive at his sister.
Nobody else has come back, Nelly. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Please continue, Ben.
Mark leaves Mr. Milchick's office with his balloons, going back to macrodata refinement. On the way, he's just like, fuck these balloons, and leaves them.
And they've got his face on them.
They're
just
so
bizarre.
weird.
Yep.
When Mr. Milchick walked in with them, I was like, it's a boy.
And he's definitely
Why are they
upgraded to suit attire with a darker under thingy. I don't know what you call it.
A shirt, would you say, Nelly?
Oh, he's wearing like a jumper. Nice, Michael.
Yeah, a sweater. I think he's wearing a sweater.
Michael, you got that trigger finger working real well there.
Yeah, you're on fire, Michael.
Yeah. And it's
Now that I know it's not going to
around your
upset
head.
your camera.
It's like you got a pretty little...
That's like a
Pretty
clown's
little
hair.
balloon hat.
I'm off to the races.
Mark arrives back at macrodata refinement, and Mark W says they arrived about half an hour before him, and it's a little more cramped than their old MDR office, but he loves the green carpet. And he asks how often they see Milkshake. Which is this guy's name, Mark W's name for Mr. Milchick.
Yeah.
I love Milkshake.
Mark S says it's Milchick, and he doesn't know.
Was anybody else surprised to find out that they had other locations?
We are going to find out about that. Don't you worry. Getting a bit ahead of yourself there.
He just mentioned it.
No, he didn't. He says
Yes,
it's more cramped in our office, but I like the green. But he didn't really go into any detail.
Well, she did though a little bit.
We can probably talk about it now. It's okay.
Fine. If you
And
want
the other
to.
guy speaking Spanish.
Is it Spanish?
I
or
didn't think if
Italian?
they're being more macro data refinement people.
No.
No, I didn't think so
So there'd
either.
be different departments. Yeah.
Yeah. I won't
Um,
talk about other locations, though, because I
so
don't want to ruin it.
thank
for
you.
everybody.
The Italian, I think he's Italian. The
I
Italian
thought it was
guy
Spanish.
asked because he
Yeah.
spoke Italian.
No.
I thought it
Did
was
he?
Spanish.
Yeah,
Was
I
it?
thought it
It's
was.
hard to tell.
I didn't think it was Italian, but I don't know.
He looked more
I
Spanish
could
to me.
okay.
Anyway.
Well, here it says that his
You
name
want
is
to do an
Dario
impression of what he
R.
sounded like, Ben? Or
No, I'm going to be sensitive for once.
That's new.
It says here his name is Dario R. I don't know what kind of name that is. But anyway, he asks Mark where he can find pens, but doesn't understand Mark's answer that they're in the supply closet.
And why do they have pens? They didn't have pens before, did they? They only
Yeah.
had pencils.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they did.
Oh, okay.
No, I think pencils
these
were a reward.
Oh, okay. And these guys
Pencils
were
are only
generally
if you do
pretty
good.
happy with the pens. Yeah.
Impermanent writing is a reward. Yes. So Mark gets up and goes to show him the supply closet. The woman, whose name I see here is Gwendolyn Y, follows him.
sorry,
Yes.
it's maybe. Sorry,
Yes, it is
from
maybe.
from Arrested Development.
Yes. Who plays a great
Oh,
part here.
I didn't know what you meant when you put maybe in the thing.
Ah,
I just ignored it because I didn't know
Yeah,
what you
me
meant.
Gosh, she's funny in that show.
She is very funny, especially in the final season. Anyway, she follows him, asking if he really saw the Audi world. He says yes, and she asks, "How this is such weird questions.
about the sky.
How's the sky?
And about the wind.
He doesn't know. He was only outside for a second, was distracted by
it
his
was
brother-in-law. Gwendolyn is surprised because the sky topped the list of things they'd want to see if they were outside.
Not brother-in-law.
Yeah,
Mark gives-
yeah, they're not brother-in-law.
Yeah.
That
And
was
were they
amazing.
in Minnesota or something?
Mark gives Dario the pens, and
Yeah.
Gwendolyn continues asking Mark questions like if he knows what state they're in. They're interrupted when Miss Huang comes in with a ball and asks them to come to the kitchenette. And if I remember correctly...
And Mark W goes, "Oh, the ball game or something."
yeah.
He wasn't looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
exactly. In the kitchenette...
Also, how do they know that he has been outside? Because I thought he was only famous in the outside world.
I guess someone...
That-
That's a very good question.
Got time.
Guys, Mr. Milkshake talked about the newspaper in front
Mr.
of them.
Milkshake.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no.
Yes, he
was in the
did.
office.
No.
They were sitting at the desk.
No, he did it while they were walking. Back to the
Huh.
office. No, so he left. He said, "We'll talk about that when we get back to the management office."
Oh, apparently they know.
Huh.
So somehow they know. But and remember, they only arrived half an hour before he did. Okay.
On that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they might have found out before that. It has been 5 months. Apparently, it's been 5 months. Oh! What if it hasn't been 5 months?
What if they've gone back to the past, Ben?
No. I mean, what if it's just been like the next day or a week later? Oh,
Yeah.
can you imagine the mind fuck?
I'm not sure how much difference it makes. but okay.
No, it's like by saying it's been 5 months, Mr. Milcher could be like, oh, you know, it's playing into the whole, you've really changed things around here because we had to do so much.
Yeah.
I don't think they've come up with that plan overnight.
Okay.
I reckon it's taken them at least a little bit longer.
Wow, thanks,
Sorry
Michael.
to
I do have something on that when the time comes.
Okay,
It's
all
not
right.
time yet, though.
In the kitchenette, Miss Huang introduces herself and
Is
says,
this about the reset, Katie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In the kitchenette, Miss Huang introduces herself and says it's her first day as deputy manager. Something about her is that before this job, she was a crossing guard.
Yeah.
How is she deputy manager?
Yep.
They're trying something new.
10
apparently.
years old.
I love that everybody is like, why is there a 10-year-old here?
Yeah.
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 Why is there a child? Oh, and that's one question he asks. Is like, why are you a child?
Yeah.
Because of when I was born.
Yeah.
That was the funniest bit of the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie
Oh, yes.
chuckled again.
That actually happened straight away. Man. Mark W. raises his hand and Miss Huang calls on him. He asks, why are you a child? Miss Huang says it's because of when she was born, which is very funny. And it's just...
Yeah.
It's just one of those mundane answers. It's like that. I don't know why that is funny.
Yeah. It also took me a second. Like she said, and I was like, what does that mean? That's really cryptic. And then I was like, no, wait, hang on. It's not so cryptic.
She rolls the ball to Mark W. He introduces himself saying he's from the MDR department of Branch 5X, where he worked with Gwendolyn and Gwendolyn Y. A fun fact about him was that he thought he'd be permanently retired when his branch shut down, so this was a surprise.
And his branch shut down too.
Yeah.
I don't know what to read into that.
Yeah, it's very
And
funny.
also
didn't really
the
think
word
of-
branch. Sorry, Kate.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Almost
it's all
like it's
those
not like
different
he's
locations.
Yeah, it's not like he's just in a different, wing of the building or whatever. It makes it sound like,
It's the chicken
elsewhere.
fingers, Katie.
Yeah, sorry. He was attached to my
Sorry,
fingers.
Mark.
Michael.
It seems like two people here are extreme. Michael, sorry. Two people are very distracted.
Michael's not
I wasn't distracted. I was
Can you
listening.
say that again? Because I just want to make sure everybody actually got what you said.
I think they did get it. But just the use of the word branch made it seem like they were in a different city campus or something, not just a different
Yeah.
law. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I meant before. Like when it made it seem like Lumen had offices in other
Elsewhere.
places.
Yep.
But really, they could tell them anything. I mean, they've got no idea. Where they are.
Yeah.
Yep. They
Yeah,
could
that's
tell them
true,
we're
actually.
actually in Siberia right now. Yeah.
No, that's true.
Miss Huang
It just
asks,
doesn't seem like considering. Sorry,
you
just
go.
because the whole town is called Kier and all of that. Like now that we know that, it feels
they
weird
don't know that.
Lumen. No,
Well,
but
they find out later.
we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that this would
We
be
do,
the
so it feels-
OG macro data, maybe.
Yeah, I know. I just know. It makes sense that it'd be a Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna shut up
And
about it.
especially when they're asking all about their what's the wing? The
Perpetuity wing.
the perpetuity wing and
Because they
stuff.
have
How
different-
theirs is with brooms and ropes, and theirs is animated. And,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Broom
yeah.
guys.
I love that
Sounds
part
good.
of the
Yeah, you're
discussion.
right.
It's
Totally
very
different.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss Huang asks Mark S to go next. Mark S introduces himself and says he's been there for 2 years. When thinking of something about himself, he has a flash of the picture of himself and Gemma. Finally says he's lucky enough to have made 4 new friends today. Miss Huang says
Which is what he
"That's
said in
nice."
the first ball game that we saw in the first
Oh,
season.
really?
I forgot that.
He said the exact same thing. He said,
Sorry,
I've
just
been
sitting
here
on
for
the
2
floor last
years,
night,
almost
yeah.
2 years, and I've made 4 new friends today. And he got in trouble and told that he had to say something different.
Yeah. They've
Okay.
upgraded to a table, though.
So,
Yeah.
so Miss Huang says, that's nice, but she's a supervisor, not a friend. He corrects it to 3 new friends. Miss Huang
After a very
continues the game.
long pause.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, imagine, he just got told by a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, know your place, mate.
Yeah, seriously.
Next shot is we see Mark sitting at his desk and waiting. When the time comes, he turns everything off and leaves work. To him, of course, no time passes before he's back at work, and Gwendolyn is asking him even more questions. She reveals that the Egans in the Perpetuity Wing at her old branch were animatronic and did a dance. Mark W. finds it weird that the ones in this branch just stand there, because Mark W. and Gwendolyn were at the same branch.
Yeah.
I've just lost where I was, sorry. But Dario says the Egans in his first Perpetuity Wing. So he's had more than one
Yeah.
Perpetuity Wing.
Well, they did have to upgrade, I would think, from what he says next.
They were just brooms with faces made of plates. I think that's so... I remember thinking to myself, wait, did he really just say that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I want to see that Perpetuity Wing. Let's take a tour of Dario's old branch, please.
Katie, that made me think of Daryl being played by a broom on a stand. Sorry, just a
Love
little intro
Daryl
between
being
us.
played by
Is that my what is it?
crazy
Yes.
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, my crazy ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah. Thought so. While they talk about it, Mark secretly writes on a note. He folds it up into his palm, then gets up to leave. Mark W. says his old team was awful and never hit quota, but it seems like Mark S. really liked his, so he's sorry they're gone. I thought this is a nice moment. Actually, I thought to myself, this might actually work. Mark doesn't answer but turns to leave, and as he goes, he slips the note that he just wrote into Mark W's jacket. Mark S exits and then immediately returns to work. He comes in to find Mr. Milchick reading the note he wrote, which denigrates the company. It's signed Mark W, but Milchick thinks Mark S wrote it and asks...
And Mark W had done
milkshakes in it.
absolutely nothing wrong
Yeah.
for Mark
What do you
S.
call him? A something rube?
Yes. It was like domineering, but not domineering the word. But yeah, he calls Milchick a rube.
Milkshake. He calls him Milkshake as well.
Milkshake,
Yeah,
yeah.
he does call him milkshake.
Twice.
It's signed Mark W, but Milchick thinks Mark S wrote it and asks if that's what Mark S really believes. The others are upset at Mark S for framing Mark W. Mark S reiterates that he wants his team back. Mr. Milchick pulls Mark S's badge off, who he's very upset, and says he's revoking his status as department chief, which will be transferred to Mark W, while Mark S is relocated to the office with required check-ins. Mark S laughs and says, Milchick you don't know what I've done to the kitchenette yet. And I love this moment. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's psychotic. Like, he goes full, like, psycho. I loved it.
Yo. While they all move to the kitchenette, Mark S runs out. He runs past Miss Huang's desk and into Mr. Milchick's office, where he searches cabinets. He finds the speaker that we've seen in season 1, and plugs it in and calls out to the board, saying if they really want to help the severed people like they claim, they need to let him see his team again. They're his friends, and they can't just make them disappear. Mr. Milchick comes in and unplugs the speaker.
He no
And
happy.
the board doesn't listen to innies.
That's what he says, yep. We see Mr. Milchick marching Mark down a hallway. Mark tries to explain why he went to the board. Mr. Milchick just says that the board doesn't converse with innies. It's clear Mark's Audi family has gone to his head. Okay. Mark says he just wants his co-workers back so they can serve Kia together, which is an interesting thing for him to say. He leads Mark to the Mr. Milchick leads Mark to the elevator. Mark asks if Mr. Milchick is firing him, and Mr. Milchick just sends him onto the elevator. As Mark boards, he asks why Mr. Milchick can't just bring them back. As the door closes, Mark calls out to wait. The doors open again.
But hold on, it looks like there was an extended transition period of him in the elevator doing the blinking reset kind of thing. Katie and I thought that at this point maybe he is being reset back to a certain point thing, and that this isn't like the first time he's started back at work kind of thing. That makes sense.
Okay.
It felt like, because when he was in that elevator again, it felt like the same intensity of when he was yelling that she's alive to Devon. When he first comes out of the lift at the beginning of this episode, it was like that manic panic.
Okay, but he remembers that new team because he tells them about
I know. That's the part that I was like, I don't understand, because he didn't leave Mr. Milkshake before, like when he was leaving, when he was being shoved into the lift by Mr. Milkshake and stuff, he wasn't as frantic as he was when he reappeared in the lift as the innie and transformed
maybe they
back to
didn't
his being.
reset him back all that far, but just reset him a few times kind of thing. And this is like take 5 of him coming out of at the second time kind of thing. I don't know. It just felt...
I like the
like
theory.
You said, he remembers it, so it doesn't entirely make sense.
Yeah, but it could be the truth could be a variant on what you've just said. We don't know. I think that's interesting. That's interesting.
It kind of reminded me of The Good Place when they keep resetting The Good Place.
I was going to say that, and I thought, do I actually want to say that just in case someone hasn't?
I can't believe you stole Mark. I nearly said Mark's again. Michael's thought. I said Mark so many times.
Mark it? How dare you?
The lift doors open again, and we see that it's a completely different foyer. The elevator open.
Not ominous at all.
No, the elevator opens behind him, and Dylan steps off. Dylan asks if it worked, and Mark says it did. Dylan asks where the others are, but Mark doesn't know.
Sorry, is this the time when he comes out of the lift and it's the new painting?
Yes.
Yes.
You're not going to describe the painting?
I forget what the painting was. Oh, it was
So
the people
basically-
kneeling.
No. It's the
They're like
four
buried
of
in the
them
ground.
buried up to their necks in the sand,
And
in
Kier
the
is holding a
sun.
bloodied sword. Yeah?
Yes, but he's
But he's
also
forgiving
cupping
them or
Mark's
something.
head. Yeah. And then off to the side in shade are all the soldiers of Kier. And then kind of in the background is a kind of depiction of industry.
Oh, okay. That is interesting. Not
Yeah, I didn't
foreboding
know
at
if
all.
those 4 heads were supposed to be representing them. Because
I
as
think
soon as it
so, 'cause
opened, I
there's
was
points
like,
later
ooh,
where there is paintings that represent them.
Okay.
yeah.
And the name of the painting was The Forgiveness or something. And I reckon it is the 4 of them.
Yeah, I think so too.
I like the way you think. Nelly. Very observant.
Because there's another painting later as well.
Okay. Well, when we get to that painting, let's discuss that one as well. Because paintings
Yeah, I don't
definitely
know.
mean something in this show.
Yes, they do.
So Dylan asks where the others are, but Mark doesn't know. Dylan didn't think he was coming back. Mark says he's been back a few days already and they had a whole new team working with him. He also tells Dylan that Mr. Milchick is in charge because Ms. Coble is gone. Dylan's not pleased that Mr. Milchick is their boss now. They hear banging on the elevator and Irving yelling Bert's name.
Wait,
door
has he
opened.
already explained why he's not happy about Mr. Milkshake being their boss now?
No,
Was this the point where he went into detail about
I don't think so.
how he lost his favorite belt?
Oh.
Oh, he might have mentioned it. Yeah, he ruined a
Because I
perfectly
didn't
good
think
belt.
anybody else was there. Yeah. Because it keeps coming up. He owes me a belt.
Yeah. The Bert door opens and they ask Irving if he's okay. Irving doesn't answer, so Mark asks what happened. Irving
Yeah,
walks down a
poor
hallway
Irving.
and Dylan follows, but Mark lingers back watching the elevator, waiting for Helly. As he turns to leave, he hears the chime and turns to see Helly running out of the elevator. He hugs her and they talk about waking up on the outside. Then she asks where everyone else is. He leads her toward MDR, where Irving has locked himself in a room and is refusing to come out. Irving says he needs a moment. Dylan asks if they're in trouble. Mark doesn't think so because Mr. Milchick said they got their message out and they're famous. But then he thinks Mr. Milchick tried to fire him because he sabotaged the new people. Dylan asks what happened up there, but Mark is worried Mr. Milchick is coming soon. He thinks maybe they're waiting for them to tell each other what happened because they don't know. Helly notices the security camera is
Which
missing.
I thought was very insightful of
I
them
agree.
to be like, oh, wait, we shouldn't talk about this just in case.
So that's when Helly
I wouldn't have
notices
thought
the
of that.
security camera is missing from the wall, which is not to say they're not being observed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because technology can produce a lot smaller cameras than those.
Irving comes out of the room he was in saying he's sorry. Ms. Huang comes in and tells them Mr. Milchick is waiting for them in the break room. And it's like, you've been naughty.
Yeah.
It's time to be punished.
dun.
Well, as soon as she said is waiting for you in the break room, I'm like, something's changed. They've all
and
never been to
especially
the
when
break
all
room
four
together.
of them-
Once, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe
I was like, it's not
going to
gonna
be a
be-
group break room, you know?
I thought it was going to be an actual break room,
Oh, okay.
not a torture room.
Okay. As they follow Miss Huang, they talk about her being so young and then ask Mark about the new team. They get to the break room and Miss Huang opens the door for them. They walk inside. They walk down that narrow corridor and through the second door. And inside, Mr. Milchick welcomes them back and has them sit down. It's basically, we can see that there's a
little
projector,
theaterette.
a gigantic projector, by the way,
Yeah,
And-
with the 3 colors.
which is very old, very retro, because
Yeah.
that is actually what they were like back in the day.
Yeah, but the technology is pretty new because that is one schmick, like high def
Yeah.
imaging.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, the time is really confusing me.
Yeah. So Mr. Milchick
Sorry,
welcomes.
my theory on that, is that I reckon the Egans or the Kias, whatever, they really like 70s kind of. Well, that's when the building
Vibe,
was
the
built
70s
too,
vibe,
as
yeah.
well, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just like to keep the aesthetic of it, kind of thing, because
But only on the
Yeah.
severed floor. It doesn't look like it's on any other level.
okay.
Okay.
Just like when you walk
Is it
in.
really
and stuff.
Yeah.
So Mr. Milchick welcomes them back and has them sit down, and he specifically says to Irving, "There's your seat there, Irving." I don't know why.
You tall drink of water. That's what he calls him.
Tawdry? Was that the word that they used? No, something else. Anyway, please continue.
That's okay. Mark is shocked and thinks the board reconsidered his terms. Mr. Milchick says what they're about to see will be shown to every innie who comes into the building. He plays the video, which features an animated Lumen administrative building, telling the story of the building and what the four of them did. It talks about how
The building talking got a big laugh from Mum.
Oh, yeah. How about
a really big laugh.
Okay,
It reminded me of the word paperclip, the Microsoft paperclip.
Clippy.
Yeah, Clippy, yeah.
It reminds me more of all the times they did something similar on The Simpsons to like evoke a time period of educational videos to show kids in schools. Or
Yeah, it reminded me of Schoolhouse Rock.
So you think it's more of the infantilization, Michael?
Yeah, people quote all the time, but I don't. It doesn't mean anything to me.
It talks about how this led to reforms and improvements to the rewards, which apparently is important. He thanks Keir for the macro data uprising, which
and references to pineapples.
Yeah, pineapple bobbing.
Yes, sorry, and that's one of the new
atrocious,
rewards.
By the way,
yeah.
I mean, I like pineapple,
but hey, Helly got a pineapple. I just want to point that out.
Yes, but did you know that the first image that we see is we see Helly with her arms behind her back, then it focuses in that her hands are tied, and then pulls out, and now we're bobbing for pineapples. It just, yeah.
Yep.
The video was not innocent at all.
No.
There was something else in the video.
Once the video is over, Mr. Milchick's... once the video is over. Okay, so the video ends, and I was actually watching this episode with my nephew, Jared, and he said to me during this, guess whose voice that is?
Is that Bert?
Oh, for the building.
Yes.
It did sound familiar, but I didn't really click.
Oh my God, I've forgotten his name.
Oh, also, sorry.
Yeah.
And when he's doing the twirl above their head.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Do you want me to look up the voice
Matrix.
of the building?
What's his name?
Oh, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, it was Keanu Reeves.
Or the
was it really?
It was really Keanu Reeves.
Here you go.
I didn't even notice.
Hold on.
The voice sounded familiar, but yeah.
Maybe Keanu Reeves just has a really trusting voice. I mean, I would do anything Keanu Reeves told me.
He does have a trusting voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him in anything since I watched The Matrix.
He's been in a couple of things, Michael, just one or two. You know?
I have never seen him in The Matrix.
Oh my God, Katie. Jesus.
You're going to get us taken down.
Okay, all right. I'll continue on.
Sorry, also that image where they've got all the arms.
The octopus arms, yeah.
Yes, and they're doing all the mad stuff in them.
Oh, and don't forget they talked about how they've got new snacks as well.
Yeah, fruit leather.
Yeah.
Fruit leather and cut beans.
Yeah.
And they show Helly and Mark kissing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They sure did. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Dylan is...
Yeah, Dylan's like...
where they're showing all the locations as well around the world.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
The building was saying, my understanding, at least, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, the building was basically saying the one that they're in is basically the headquarters, but there's all these other locations, because he was saying this was the first one they built.
Okay. I don't trust anything they're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Especially from that building's mouth.
Yeah.
Well, he's been reflecting, next to the lake.
And some of the motivational posters, one said, "Be ever merry. I'm a frolic-aholic."
Oh, I saw the frolic-aholic one.
Oh, yeah, they were in the room, right?
Yeah, and grin and bared it. BAIRD it. And Baird was one of the vegans, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
He sure was.
It seemed like just the people, the writers of the show were just kind of having fun with this video,
Yeah.
honestly.
At the end of the... Sorry, once the video is over, Mr. Milchick says they have their differences, but he respects them all and doesn't want to be their jailer. At the end of the day, they will each choose if they want to stay. Not their outies, but them. If they start working on their files, he'll assume they want to stay. Otherwise, he'll send them to the surface with no ill will. Like the rest of the severed floor, the break room has no microphones or cameras. He hopes they'll choose to stay and enjoy what they helped build. He and Miss Huang leave. Once they're gone, Helly asks what that was. She says, "What was that?" Dylan thinks it was a head game. Dylan's just the conspiracy theorist of the group. You need one in every group, don't you?
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, but you know what? Especially there. You should have more than one there.
Yep.
I reckon they made a little girl the supervisor so Dylan wouldn't clock the next one like he did with the last one.
Oh, or bite them, you mean?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He did.
That's a good idea. That's a brilliant idea.
She's definitely attired like he was, white and then navy. Yep.
Yeah. He says he hopes they'll choose to stay and enjoy what they helped build. He and Miss Huang leave. Once they're gone, Helly asks what that was. Dylan thinks it was a head game. He asks the others what they saw up there. Mark looks around, despite Milchick's claim there are no microphones in the room. Mark says he was at a party at his sister's house for Rick and Hale, who is his outie's brother-in-law. And I love that blows their minds. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. They're all just so impressed.
Yeah. And for some reason, they both know Cobell, Ms. Cobell. Just before he switched back, he found a wedding photo. His outie's wife died a few years ago, which is why he decided to get severed. But the woman in the photo was Ms. Casey. He's sure it was her.
To go off at this point, but he didn't.
Despite his outie's wife supposedly being dead. But she's not at Lumen either, because he went to wellness and it's gone. Helly asks if he's okay, and he says he doesn't know. He asks what she saw. She lies.
I have so many theories on this. It's not funny.
Yeah, I'm like, why?
It changed my mind where I'm at with it.
All right, let's
So
hear it.
my theory was that they're holding something over on her to lie to them, or she's been given a I don't know, a contract to say this, and once you've done that, you can then leave, kind of thing. You won't have to go back or something along those lines.
Yeah, I'm
What do you
torn
think, Katie?
between whether they have. I'm torn between whether they've threatened her in some way and told her this is what you're going to say. They've rebooted her somehow and made her believe that that is what she saw.
Yeah.
And also that I also feel that maybe she doesn't want to out herself as an Egan.
I think it's more that.
I think it's either that or she has actually been woken up before she's come back here.
Yes, and they've tortured her.
And spoken to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's something else going on. Because I was like, so I'm sort of torn between she doesn't want them to know that she's basically part of the problem.
Yeah.
And I think there's just maybe there's just like a kernel of self-interest there. That's all I took it to be. I didn't necessarily, maybe I'm not thinking.
No,
hard
I
enough
was
here,
like really, when she lied, I was really upset because I thought that would be, obviously it's not something they're going to do in the first first episode, sorry. But like it's a big thing that she's an Egan.
Yes.
So it feels like something she would potentially say. Yeah, I know. Shut up, Michael. Like it's just like she did the right thing as an Egan innie. Like I don't think they would be mad at her for how her innie acted in the world, in the real world. Like she is, if they have become famous, as everybody's saying, she's the reason for that. Her and Mark, the other Irving did fuck all. Let's be real here.
He was thinking
Irving had all the information though. He had all the contacts.
He had all the information already, yeah.
Okay.
But he didn't do anything with that.
Yes, he was selfish in what he decided to do.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fine. I don't blame him for that.
Okay.
But
I reckon her dad hates her innie.
Well, he definitely does.
I reckon
we
she
know.
hates the innie.
So she
I do
lies.
not think Lumen respects innies at all.
So
Yeah.
Helly lies and says she saw a really boring apartment. She lives alone where she was watching a nature show on TV wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt.
What details, yeah.
Yeah, and I actually, this is why I think to myself, she's woken up before.
Yeah.
Because this is really quick. I don't know if I was put on the spot that I could come up with such detail. Maybe she's just more creative than I am. She said she went outside and found a guy. She told him everything. She says he was a gardener. That's right.
Yeah, but they agreed with each other that they were going to talk with someone they felt a connection with, a trust, And Irving picks her up on that, saying a night gardener.
Yeah.
Because it was at nighttime.
I mean,
Yep. She says
this is what I don't think she was
that's
fed
what he
it,
was.
because I don't think they would have fed her that. But I think they've just left it to her to make up something.
Yep. She says maybe he has a different job during the day.
Spot, but...
Mark asks Irving what he saw. Irving asks if Milchick is serious about Mr. Milchick is serious about letting them leave. He says he saw that it's not their world up there. Dylan and Helly say he can tell them even if it's bad. He just gets up and leaves. They follow him, but he says he just wants to walk for a bit. Dylan wants to go talk to him alone and sends Helly and Mark back. Helly and Mark walk together. They think Dylan will make sure Irving is okay. They have until the end of the day to make a decision. Helly asks if they looked happy in the wedding photo, and he says yes. Then he clarifies that he and Miss Casey never felt that way. She asks what he's going to do. He says he has to get her out of there. If she's his wife, Helly agrees, but then says she's not his wife. She's his outie's wife. Mark says they're the same-ish person, so it's mushy. Helly disagrees. And this is more evident. Oh, wow, he's really stretching back there.
Good stretching.
He's a big stretchy boy.
Yeah, and had a little tremble.
And all of these comments by Helly, I think that this whole thing with Mark and his wife Gemma are a part of the reason why she's acting so weird. Because she's like really digging into it, trying to convince him, well, no, that's not you, and she's not your wife,
Yeah.
She's not wrong, though.
No, she's not wrong at all.
Like, I think she made some good points about...
But also, I see why he's actively trying to discourage him from that course of action.
Because Helly disagrees.
We don't know.
Sorry, go, Michael.
The part of her that is rebelling against her outie, she's like, no, we're not the same people. Like, you know, I know that I'm an Egan on the outside, but I don't want to be an Egan. And she's like, no, we're different people.
That's actually what I was thinking when she was saying it. It was also like her saying, no, we're not the same person, because she's kind of repulsed by who she is on the outside. I
didn't think of it as she's trying to convince Mark to not see her as wife.
So Helly says they're not the same. Them and the Audis, and she doesn't think they owe their Audis anything. But Ms. Casey is one of them, so if he wants to help his Audi and find out what happened to her, she'll help. He takes that to mean she's staying, which she says is true. So she's already decided she's staying.
I feel like she's got some work to do. If she hasn't been brainwashed back to just being an Egan, then I feel like she has some work to do. Which is why she.
What if? Oh, I got something to.
She's her outie.
Yeah, that's what just occurred to me. What if that's actually her outie?
I don't think she could act as the innie if she were the outie. I don't think she could do it that well. So, I feel like
also
all the
bucket of cold water again.
She's also got the implant, so as soon as she entered the severed floor, it would switch to her innie.
That's true.
They could just turn it off, surely.
Yeah, they could just turn it off. I don't know, but that's
well,
a good
we don't
idea.
know
I
that
like
for
Don't
sure.
know, but yeah.
that's another good idea there. I love it, and there's lots of really good ideas this episode. I can't wait to see the next episode.
I kind of cut in too quick then. I just want to let you spin for a bit longer on if it was the Audi. Keep thinking about that,
and it makes more sense about why she didn't tell the truth about what she saw, because she doesn't want to tell them that. She really doesn't want to tell them. Oh, because I'm actually Helena Egan, because she is Helena Egan.
That actually reminded me of one of my other theories about why she lied, was that she's now a spy. So that would make more sense that she is her outie and not her innie, because she's listening to conversations. She's going to know what's
they don't
coming.
need microphones and cameras. They've got her right there.
Yeah, but I didn't, when I thought it didn't really click that maybe she's her outie.
That's
so
brilliant.
that would make more sense.
So right at the end of this episode, there's an image that comes up that we've seen a duplication of with a different person before as well, because the cameras are hidden. Like the cameras are also in their computers. Like they can see them as they're working at their computer from like their screen.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll show you the picture when we get there.
Okay. All right. We cut back to Irving and Dylan, and Irving is telling Dylan to leave him alone. Dylan says Irving can't leave until the end of the day, but Irving asks if he's sure. Irving admits he failed at the objective. He went to go find Bert. He found him and he's married, or at least with someone. Irving saw them through a window. He thinks he should be happy that Bert's happy, but he's not. The last time he was happy was when all he knew was macro data refinement, and he was just good at his job. He's going to leave. Dylan says, you're not leaving. Dylan wants him to try. Irving says Dylan is a good friend and hugs him. Then he whispers that before he went to Bert's, he woke up in his apartment where he was standing in front of an easel. His Audi was working on a painting of a black hallway, darker than the break room hallway. There was an elevator at the end with a downward arrow. I'm so glad he brought this up, because it's like, oh, finally, some information is being shared.
It's important.
Yeah.
And he told him that there was lots of the paintings as well.
Yes. He wanted Dylan to know this before he left, and he pulls away, but Dylan holds him tighter and says he's sorry, Audi, Bert has a husband or whatever, but Innie Bert is the one he fell for. Irving wants the pain to be over. It's really quite touching. If Bert's gone...
He is heartbreaking this episode.
If Bert's gone and he's gone, somehow they'll be together. Dylan says he wouldn't want that. Dylan would be sad and he'd be less productive. Irving is part of what makes him good at his job. So he begs Irving not to go. This is really... We've never seen this level of friendship between them. This is really nice. Irving realizes he's Dylan's favorite perk. Dylan says if Bert was still there, he'd be telling Irving to stick around and figure out what this is. And it's at that time that Miss Huang appears and tells Dylan that Mr. Milchick wants to see him. When Dylan arrives...
And I like it how every time Dylan's, as he's slowly walking away, he's making sure that Irving's not going out through the door.
Yeah. Before Dylan arrives at the office, Mr. Milchick is sitting at his computer. And on the screen it says, hello, Miss Cobell.
Hello, Miss Cobell.
And he's on the phone to, I guess, tech support. You said you were going to change it. I've already submitted the request. Why is it not being changed? And he's very annoyed by the fact that this says, hello, Miss Cobell.
Do you think that was his plan all along, was to...
replace her?
Somehow get Cobell... I said her name.
Very nice.
I don't want to brag, but I said her name.
Congratulations, Katie. And
they were definitely not working in lockstep. The three of them, they all had a
And if this timeline is to be believed, he's only just moved into that office after 5 months.
Yes, that's true. Good point.
Yeah,
because he was moving
unpacking.
stuff. Yeah. I didn't
Unless
pick up
that's
on
part
that.
and
of
5
the
months
show.
of them not. Yeah, and 5 months of them not correcting the computer. Interesting.
He hangs up when Miss Huang comes in to show Dylan in. Dylan asks if he's going to apologize about Dylan's belt. Mr. Milchick says, your wife's name is Gretchen. She wanted Dylan to know that was her name. He leads Dylan out of the room. As they walk, Mr. Milchick apologizes for not hearing Dylan's needs. He shows Dylan the plans for an outie family visitation suite. He isn't telling the others about it because they're all single.
They're all single, yeah.
If Dylan takes the name of the room at face value, he could see his family
because
in
it
there.
Doesn't mean they can't. Just because they're single doesn't mean they'd have family. Because surely, like
Mark will want to see his
Seven
sister.
and Rickon and his niece.
He's lying through his teeth.
Yeah. So he asks Dylan to keep this just between them, so his friends won't turn against him after what he did. And this is actually planting a seed where he can control Dylan.
Yeah.
That's what.
Which, when this happened, I thought they had done something similar to Helly to control her.
Maybe that's a good point. Yeah, maybe we'll see that in another.
But there's
episode.
so many options for Helly. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't deal.
I just think she's got her own inner turmoil that she might not need it. But.
Yep.
Yeah. There's just so many options that it could be for Helly that I'm like really unsure.
I can't wait to find out, Michael. I really can't wait to find out.
Yeah.
Dylan walks past Miss Huang, who looks over at Mr. Milchick's office just to see Mr. Milchick close the door. She takes a game out of her drawer. And it's one of those little I remember these games. I had one.
Same.
Yeah.
I didn't have the diver, but I had.
Press the button and it pushes the water up and it pushes the loops, and the loops are supposed to land on the diver's hands. And she does get one eventually.
My cousin had one with a narwhal.
You had one with a narwhal.
Something different.
Michael? Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I had the diver.
The relatives did, yeah.
Katie had one with a unicorn.
No, I didn't have one where you were trying to do that. You were trying to get
on the dinosaur's head.
I almost remember it being like basketballs, trying to get basketballs.
Oh, yes, basketball. Okay, I definitely have played one with basketball.
There were definitely lots of variants of that.
Such a simple game.
Mr. Milchick watches as Ms. Cobal's welcome screen continues to scroll by. We see Miss Huang
and the sound
at
this point is quite interesting as well.
Yes.
It's the sound effect of it. Anyway.
Of the login screen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, there's interesting stuff with the sound all the time that we don't talk about because it doesn't come up in the script, like lots of discordant notes and.
Yeah.
Mr. Milchick turns his screen off. We see Helly and Mark looking at each other in macro data refinement. Dylan comes in and they ask where Irving is. Irving comes in and says he's okay. They all sit down and start working. Mark works on the file Cold Harbor. As he works, an image of Gemma, Ms. Casey, flashes on the screen. And that's the end of the episode.
No, it is the... Sorry, let me just pause
I didn't go back to look at it or anything, so...
I thought I imagined it. So I didn't think it actually happened.
So Cold Harbor. You see her face, the top left says Cold Harbor. So I'm guessing we're looking at her doing exactly the same thing because she's got the little boxes down the bottom. And it has down there like time spent. So she's been at it for 25 minutes for duration. And it says like packet time and packet rate. So her packet time is 1 hour. So, and then it's got her heart rate and all her other doohickeys and stuff.
So she's in another macro data refinement department, you think?
Yeah.
Well, no, she's in the testing place.
Okay.
Yeah, either she's watching or she's doing the same thing, or I don't know.
So it's not flashing in his memory or something then, is it?
No,
or
I think
that's
she's
just the show.
watching maybe. Yeah.
She's watching him.
Because it's his data.
Oh, it's his data.
Cold
Sorry.
Harbor.
Okay.
Yeah, but her picture.
Right.
Sorry, his data on Cold Harbor, unless she's working on Cold Harbor as well.
Yeah, so that's what I thought, but I was getting it wrong probably.
So what did you guys think for a season 2 premiere? You know, do you think they've got their hooks back into you?
Just another thing while we're talking about the games, like there was one bit when we saw Miss Huang, he comes into the office and she's like doing a different game.
Yeah, it's the balls falling into the catchment along the bottom.
Yeah. that was kind of interesting.
Oh,
Like she's a different
instead
kind
of the
Instead of them
the sort
collecting
the
stuff
numbers.
and putting
Oh,
it
that's
in.
Yes,
right. On her
yeah,
computer.
yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know when to say it because I couldn't remember what scene it was. But
No, that it was during
Oh,
that.
I thought
Thank you.
that was
Because
one of the.
it was towards the end when Dylan went in. They cut to her.
was when
and she-
someone came in.
Yeah,
to
and
see
she,
Milchick,
she was definitely doing that. That's a good point, Michael. Yeah, so she's got her own thing that she's doing, completely different from macrodata refinement.
So do we think
Yeah.
Mr. Milkshake used to do that game as well
But it didn't look.
when he was the supervisor?
Maybe.
But then he talked at one point. He said something about how him
He didn't sit in a desk
not
in
being
her.
an innie or something, or that he referred to himself
He's not
as someone
severed.
that was.
Yeah,
yes,
he's
He
not
said
severed.
right.
he
Yes.
can't. Kind of like can't. He shouldn't have done what he did because he's not severed or something along those lines. Is
Yeah.
kind of how he phrased it.
Yeah.
I don't know what
So do we
to think about that.
Do we think Miss Huang is severed?
Well, she said it was her first. Was it day? Did say that what she said?
Her first
on the
day
job?
in this role.
role. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I don't know if that she meant by that it's her first day at the company.
The fact that she's playing that game makes me lean towards yes, but
Okay.
I don't know.
That she is severed.
But she also said that her previous job was as a what was it? A crossing guard,
Crossing guard.
and that would be something an Audi would do.
But she could have been. I mean, not that they have the wellness center, but she could have anymore. But she could have been given that information in her
Okay.
must enjoy all facts. You know.
It's there's a lot of questions we've got. Do you guys have anything else you want to discuss before the end of this? Because I'm going to go watch the next episode.
I reckon the next episode is
I'm
going to
watching
be
it
all the Audis.
I can't wait to
hope
find
so.
out, Nelly. I can't wait, really. It's going to be great. All right.
Because that was the one thing I missed was the Audi perspectives, which makes sense that they didn't do it because I get why they didn't do it, but I really missed that.
Yeah, I guess
I kind of thought we'd have that perspective instead of
if they decided
the
to
innies.
do a mix of the innies and outies this episode, we would have had less to see of both.
Yeah.
Or it might not
Yeah,
be the
no,
whole
so I'm-
episode, but it would make sense if they opened.
And it wouldn't have been as cohesive, I think, as well. Because it would have been quite disjointed to be going back and forth, because there was a lot to catch up on. So I reckon they've split it into two.
So do
I
we
hope they
think
have.
Mr. Milchick is being genuine here?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
I do not trust him
No, he's feeding
as
everybody.
far as I can throw him,
a lot.
and
Yeah.
I cannot throw him.
Okay. So you don't trust him at all?
No. I wouldn't mind giving him a hug.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah?
I feel like he'd give good hugs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then let's call it there.
Fun fact.
If you say so.
He is so
He's very
creepy.
attractive. Yeah.
He's a lovely man.
Is it that genuine smile of his?
The genuine smile, yes. Very genuine.
Let's call it there. Well, actually, we might as well address the fact
actually.
that there's not going to be a midweek episode or mid-weekend episode because Katie has let us down again. Oh, no, wait. We are. No, because we've moved. Sorry.
Sunday.
We've just... What am I talking
Today's
about?
Tuesday, Ben.
Yeah, sorry. We've just...
you.
Instead of
No,
recording
guess-
on Wednesday
guess-
like we
yeah.
normally would, we've recorded on Tuesday. So actually,
Yes,
we're fine. There he is.
that's fine.
Yeah, it's
Michael.
fine.
No, I think his smile has made it to his eyes there.
Yeah, that one feels genuine.
No.
No, it's the
it.
teeth. It's the
Nah.
Yeah.
It feels like that. Actually, you know what? It feels like there's nothing behind those eyes.
What?
Yeah.
Like
Come on.
no
I feel like
emotion.
he's been schooled
In that
how
picture.
to, present himself appealingly to others.
Like Mark in season 1.
That bit was so funny. And so
Oh yeah, the kind eyes.
Yeah. And it just, it was a bit creepy.
All right. Until next time, guys. And there's no break. Okay. All right. So I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.